Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Corporate Finance online classes. This is Dr. Mahesham Onjeri, Assistant Professor from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. Okay, so dear students, I hope we can recall that we are learning, okay, time value techniques, compounding techniques, as well as okay, discounting techniques. Okay, so in compounding techniques, we convert present sums into future sums. And in a discounting technique, we convert future sums to present sums. The objective is to bring the two amounts or two cash flows to a common platform where we can compare them. Okay, because if we invest in a business, okay, if you can recall my simple example, 5 lakh rupee, if I invest in a photocopier machine, Xerox machine, what you call. Okay, and assume that the machine has a life of 10 years and each year the machine is going to generate a revenue of 60,000 rupees. So 60,000 rupees each year for 10 years will amount to 6 lakh rupees. Okay, whereas that is every year 60,000 rupees each year for 10 years. But the investment of 5 lakh rupee I have to make in present right now. So the 5 lakh rupee investment is made today in present, but the cash inflows or returns are going to happen in future course of time. Okay, so what we know is a rupee earned today is more valuable than a rupee earned tomorrow. Okay, so we discount the future cash inflows and bring them to or convert them to their present sums with a given rate of discount. So 60,000 rupees each year for 10 years is nothing but an annuity. Okay, so we can find out the present value of the annuity, compare that with 5 lakh rupee investment of today. So if the present value of annuity is greater than 5 lakh rupees, accept the project, invest in the photocopier machine business. But if the present value of the annuity is less than, if it is, I'm sorry, I repeat, if the present value of the annuity, okay, of 60,000 rupees each year for 10 years is greater than 5 lakh rupees, then accept the project, invest in the machine. But if the present value of the annuity is lesser than 5 lakh rupees, it is a loss. You should not accept the project, reject the project. Okay, so in compounding techniques, we learn to find out the future value of a single cash flow and future value of an annuity. In the future value of a single cash flow, there are three cases where the interest is compounded annually. Okay, then semi-annual compounding as well as a quarterly compounding. So we refer table A1. And for future value of an annuity, we refer to table A2. Then coming to discounting techniques, okay, we can find out the future value of a single cash flow, refer table A3. We can find out the present value of present value of an annuity. Okay, so refer table A4. We can also find out the present value of an perpetuity. Okay, so and we also solved one sum, okay, related to compounding techniques. So in today and tomorrow's class, we are going to solve additional problems. Okay, so that we practice. Okay, these are for practice purpose. So with this background, okay, so let me share. First, definitely time value tables. Okay, no, I need to go ahead with the numericals first. Okay, students, can you see this PDF file? Additional solved problems.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have solved this problem yesterday, P.2.1. I hope you can recall. Okay. Now we'll move on to this second problem. Okay. So from textbook of course 6th edition. The problem is an executive. I hope you all are with me. Ready to listen to the problem?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So an executive, I mean employee. Okay, employee. An executive is about to retire at the age of 60. So this is the situation. His employer, okay, his employer has offered him two post-retirement options. So after retirement, the employer has given him two options. Option A, 20 lakh rupees lump sum. Okay, see dear students, when such words you receive, okay, find in the question paper. Okay, it is very important that you should have some general knowledge and common sense to interpret what is the meaning of, for example, in this case, 20 lakh rupee lump sum. If you do not understand, then you will be confused to a greater extent. Okay, so 20 lakh rupee lump sum means single amount given today. Today means the moment that the day employee will retire, he will receive 20 lakh rupee in hand. Okay, 20 lakh rupees lump sum means a single amount of 20 lakh rupee the employer will give him on the day of retirement, today in present. Then option B is the employer said he will give 2,50,000 rupees each. Okay, how it is mentioned in textbook? Rupees 2,50,000 for 10 years. Rupees 2,50,000 rupees for 10 years. How to interpret this? Please try to understand. Okay, 2,50,000 rupees for 10 years means the employer will give 2,50,000 rupees each year for 10 years. Okay, the employer will give 2,50,000 rupees each year for 10 years. Okay, so you need to assume 10% interest. Okay, assuming 10% interest as a discount rate, which option is better? Which option is better? Okay, now listen carefully. So definitely first you need to understand okay, the meaning of these two options. So one, 20 lakh rupee single amount to be given in present right now, the day he retires. Or second option is 2,50,000 rupees each year for 10 years. If you understand this properly, okay, so then definitely you will understand, okay, that second option is we need to compare whether this is a single amount 20 lakh rupee and this 2,50,000 rupee each year for 10 years. Among the two, which one is greater? Which one is
B.
greater? So whichever is greater, you need to suggest that option to this executive. So this is a decision making situation. So somebody said B. Okay, see, but let us see. It is like okay, 2,50,000 each year. Year one, 2,50,000 rupee. Year two, 2,50,000 rupee. Year three. This way, if we go on adding, it will become 25 lakh rupees. Okay, and present the employee will receive 20 lakh rupees in a single amount. So one among the students says option B is okay. What executive should opt for? Okay, but dear student, please try to understand. Okay, that a rupee received today is more valuable than a rupee received tomorrow. That is what we are learning. That is the concept of time value of money. So to compare these two, one is in present, 20 lakh rupee single amount will be received or can be received in present. Another option is 2,50,000 rupees each year over a period of 10 years in future. So they are not comparable. One is in present, another is in future. So you need to convert this future value. You need to convert this future value to present value so that you can compare its value with 20 lakh rupees. Okay, and 2,50,000 rupees each year. So is it a single cash flow, annuity, or perpetuity? Which option it is?
Annuity.
Annuity, very good, because it has a definite time period, only 10 years. Okay, and each year the amount is same. Annuity is a stream of equal annual cash flows, okay, for a definite period. So with the explanation what I gave, now let us make an attempt to answer this question. Okay, so definitely it is related to discounting technique. Okay, so the way I explained, you need to, this is in present, 20 lakh rupee to be received in present, 2,50,000 rupee each year for 10 years to be received in future. So we need to convert this future value to present value. Okay, so where you have to convert future value into present value, you need to use discounting techniques. In discounting techniques, there are three situations. So definitely 2,50,000 rupees each year for 10-year means it is a case of annuity. So we need to find out present value of an annuity. So who remembers which table we have to refer?
A4, sir.
Table A4. Okay, is
A4.
correct. Table A4 is correct. Very good. Okay, so now see, more than solving, more thinking is involved. Okay, that is what managers do. I told you. Okay, maybe to you or your seniors. The job of a manager is to think and make a decision. A decision should be correct. Okay, so remember that. So now solving is not big issue. Okay, so we are going to use this equation P is equal to A into PVIFA. Table A4 we are going to refer. Okay, the discount rate or rate of interest is 10%. So we are going to refer 10% column, and the annuity period is 10 years. So 10-year row we are going to refer in table A4. Okay, so when we enter this values into the equation, okay, A, okay, the value of annuity is 2,50,000 rupees. Into bracket, we are going to find this value from the table PVIFA. So table A4, we are going to refer 10% interest column and 10 years row. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I will share the time value tables for every problem so that you remember. So table A4, I have to refer. Okay. So as you can, yeah, 1 minute. Okay, so table A4 is, see, you can also remember the title of the table, present value of an annuity. So present value of an annuity of 1 rupee. This is what we are trying to find out. So, okay, the year is 10th year, 10 year is the annuity period. Now we need to refer the corresponding value of 10% column. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So students, what is the value where I am keeping the cursor?
6.145.
Yes, 6.145. Very good. Okay. So 6.145. Okay, so we simply fill that value 6.145. So here it is 6.1446. Okay, so those who are not understood, if you look at the last digit, it is 6. Okay, if the digit is up to 5, this last digit is up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you can convert this into the next digit, 6.145. 6.145, or you can write the full value as it is. Both are correct. So when we multiply the value of annuity 2,50,000 into 6.145 or 6.1446, what value we get is 15,36,150. So the present value of annuity, okay, the option B, where the employee will receive 2,50,000 rupees each year for 10 years. If you convert its future sum into present, its present value is only 15,36,150. Okay, so when you compare that with option A of 20 lakh rupee lump sum, so which option is greater or better?
Option A, sir.
Option A.
Yeah, it is quite obvious, as I said. Okay, so option A 20 lakh rupees greater than option B 15,36,000 rupees 150. So in the examination, you need to complete your answer with this sentence. Otherwise, you will lose half or 1 mark. Remember, since the lump, because they asked you a question. So what is the question? They say, assuming 10% interest, which option is better? See, there is the question. And after finding the answer, you simply cannot stay quiet. Here your answer doesn't end. Your answer ends with this sentence. Remember, those who do not write will lose marks. So since the lump sum of 20 lakh rupees is worth more now, you should choose option A. Remember this. Okay. So this is how, okay, you need to think and understand and apply your mind. Okay. So any queries, any difficulties? Any questions, any queries, any difficulties?
No, sir.
So I
No,
hope
sir.
that was okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll take attendance now. Okay. So then it will be easy for me to continue. Okay. So remember, you need to be ready, huh? Don't unmute once I call your name. Before I call your name, unmute your audio and be ready. Abhijit. Absent.
Present, sir.
Present. Okay.
Present, sir.
Yeah, be ready, everyone. Abhishek,
Present, sir.
Align,
Present, sir.
Amrut. Amrut. Absent. Anagha,
Present, sir.
Anusha Kautekar,
Present, sir.
Anusha Achari,
Present, sir.
Anushri,
Present, sir.
Ashwini,
Present, sir.
Asra,
Yes, sir.
Swati,
Yes, sir.
then Balappa.
Present, sir.
Balappa, yeah, present. Bharti,
Present, sir.
Chinmay,
Present, sir.
Dodda Basaya. Sorry, Deepa, Deepa,
Sir.
Dodda Basaya. Dodda Basaya absent. Ganesh. He was present. He wished to me. He is there. Okay. Then
So Ganesh present, sir.
yeah, present. Iranna,
Yes, sir.
Shrikant. Shrikant is absent. Then Karthik. Karthik is also absent. Lakshmikant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Manjula.
Yes, sir.
Manjunath.
Present, sir.
Uttava.
Present, sir.
Nagamegha.
Present, sir.
Nagraj. Nagraj. Absent. Nagashri. Yeah,
Present, sir.
Nagashri is present. Sakshi.
Present, sir.
Pawan.
Present, sir.
Pavitra.
Present, sir.
Pooja Ballari. Pooja Jian.
Present, sir.
Pooja Kadam.
Present, sir.
Purna.
Present, sir.
Pradnya. Pradnya. Okay, absent. Praveen. Yeah, Pradnya is present. Okay. Yes, yes. Pradnya is present. Then Praveen. Yes, Pradnya, I have marked you present. Praveen. Praveen is absent. Puneet. Puneet is also absent. Rakesh. Rakesh is absent. Ruchita.
Present, sir.
Keshav.
Present, sir.
Sahana.
Yes, sir.
Samiksha. Samiksha. Okay. Sanjana.
Present, sir.
Sankalp. Sankalp. Not present.
No, sir.
Then Sanket Kumar.
Present, sir.
Shilpa MN,
Present, sir.
Shilpa Ganji,
Present, sir.
Shiva Kumar,
Present, sir.
Shruti,
Present, sir.
Saurabh. Yes. Then Srujana,
Yes, sir.
Suman,
Present, sir.
Sumuk,
Yes, sir.
Sushmita,
Present, sir.
Swati Pola,
Present, sir.
Tabassum. Tabassum, yeah, she's there. Uday Kumar,
Yes, sir.
Vaishnavi,
Present, sir.
Varsha,
Present, sir.
Videsh.
Present, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Videsh.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay.
Sir, Ganesh present, sir.
Anybody who skipped 1 minute? Ganesh, I think marked present. Yeah, I have marked you present. Anybody else?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Okay, so I think everybody gave their attendance. Then let us continue. Yeah, who is that? Samiksha.
Samiksha.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, Samiksha is also marked present. Anybody else who skipped attendance?
Tabassum, sir.
Tabassum marked present. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, well. Okay then. So I hope attendance is good. So now we'll get back to solving additional problems. So let me share the PDF file. Okay. So the next problem, yeah, this problem we finished. Okay. So now, okay, so this problem is with a twist. So this problem is with a twist. Okay, so something else different is asked in the problem. So it's interesting. So you can pay attention. 5B means it is from old question paper. Okay. So you want to take, see, it is for you only, the student who are going to solve the problem. You want to take a world tour which costs 10 lakh rupees. Okay, the situation is you want to take a world tour which costs 10 lakh rupees. The cost of which is expected to unchanged in nominal terms. The cost of which is expected to unchanged in nominal terms. It's like an assumption just for our benefit, just assumption that the cost of the world tour will not change in future. You are willing to save annually 80,000 rupees. You are willing to save annually 80,000 rupees. Okay, to fulfill your desire. To fulfill your desire. So see what they have asked you. How long will you take? Sorry. Okay. So the question is, how long will you have to wait if your savings earn a return of 14% per annum? Okay. So how long will you have to wait to take that world tour if your savings earn a return of 14% per annum? Okay, see, that is what I have told dear students. Okay, MBA students, MBA syllabus is for managers of corporate world. And what do managers do? They think and make decisions. Okay, so that is why case studies are actually predominant method of teaching in premier MBA institutes. Okay, but anyway, so at least in this subject, most of the problems, okay, at least 70 to 80% of the problems what you solve will have a decision making criterion. You have to decide something. So you really need to think about it. So what they are asking you, you want to take a world tour, the cost of which is 10 lakh rupees. Okay. Second, you are willing to save 80,000 rupees annually. Okay, for the same purpose. Then they are asking you how long will you have to wait if your savings earn a return of 14% per annum. So the meaning is, okay, every year if you save 80,000 rupees, how many years it will take for you to accumulate 10 lakh rupees given a rate of 14% interest. So if you really look at, everything is given. See, this is amount of annuity. This is amount of annuity. This is the amount how much it will accumulate to. All answer is given. Rate of interest is also there. They are asking you to find out how many years it takes. Okay. How many years it will take. Okay, where you add up or accumulate 10 lakh rupees. If you save 80,000 rupees annually. So I have to find out the number of years. So if you consider you are willing to save 80,000 rupees annually, 80,000 rupees each year you are going to save. Okay, so finding, then it will accumulate to 10 lakh rupees in some n number of years. Okay, so this problem is actually related to, we have to use the formula of compounding technique. And since you are going to save 80,000 rupees each year, for how many years we don't know, that is the question. Small n we have to find out. Okay, so we are going to use compounding technique with future value of annuity, with future value of annuity. So we are going to refer table A2. Now how we go ahead with the problem, please pay attention. See, we are going to write the equation first. Sn is equal to CVIFA. Small I, small n. Small I is the rate of interest. Small n is number of years. Into A. Okay. See, now here Sn is the future value of annuity. Future value of annuity is 10 lakh rupees. It is already given in the problem. The annuity amount is 80,000 rupees each year. It is also given. Small I, rate of interest is 14% per annum is also given. Okay, so what is not given is this. Okay, small n. What is not given is small n. So using a small technique, okay, or a twist, we are going to identify the number of years. Okay, when your 80,000 rupees per year savings will accumulate to 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so since we don't know small n, we are going to rewrite this formula. You might have done it in the previously 8th, 9th, 10th, okay, or maybe in quantitative techniques and so on. So since we don't know n, we are going to write this CVIFA in, small I, small n. We need not write this small I, small n, but in this case, since we are going to find out small n, I am writing this. That's it. Okay. So CB is compound value interest factor of annuity. Compound value interest factor of annuity. Okay. So, but if I want this value, okay, so I need to know the value of n. But there is a method where I rewrite the equation CVIFA is equal to Sn divided by A. Sn divided by A. So Sn, future value of annuity is 10 lakh rupees. It is given in the problem, divided by value of annuity 80,000 rupees each year. Okay, so what I get is something like payback period. Okay, so 12.5. Okay, so 12.5, okay, is compound value interest factor of an annuity. So 12.5 is nothing but compound value interest factor of an annuity. Okay, so we found it. Now we know the rate of interest. We know the rate of interest 14%. So we need to go to the 14% interest column and verify each value till we find 12.5 or closest to 12.5. And if we move the cursor towards the left hand side, whatever year you find, that many number of years are required for your 80,000 rupee each year savings to accumulate to 10 lakh rupees. So I'll show you how now. So let me share table A2. Okay. So this is table A2. Okay. Yeah. So 10 lakh rupee future value of annuity SN divided by A value of annuity has given us the answer 12.5 compound value of an annuity. So we know the rate of interest. I'm sorry, it was 14%. Okay, so it was 14%. Okay, so in the 14% column, I'll go on looking for 12.5 or the value closest to 12.5. Okay, so which one is closer, 10.730 or 13.233? Which one is closer?
13.23.
13.2.
13.233. So what is the corresponding year? Yes,
8.
8 year,
8
right?
years.
Okay. Okay. So then the way I showed you, you just have to write so that you can remember and understand. According to table, compound value of an annuity of 1 rupee, that is table A2, a CBIFE of 12.5 at 14% interest is for 8 years. I hope you saw how I identified the 8th year row, students.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
sir, oh, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So I will have to wait for 8 years when the compound sum of an annuity would be 10,58,640 rupees. Okay, if you actually multiply 80,000 into that, how much it was? 13 point. Yeah, whatever. So if you actually multiply 80,000 into, okay, so here it is. That CV factor 13.133 something into 80,000, you will get 10,58,640. So you'll have 58,640 rupees more than how much you need. So your answer is, I will have to wait for 8 years. I will have to wait for 8 years. That much answer is also enough. You need not write the actual amount of annuity. So this problem was with a twist. So any questions? Anybody who is not able to understand which part, please ask, I'll clarify. Okay. Yes, Pradnya, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So I hope, okay, so initially I had to be a little slow. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, but once you learn this chapter number 2 perfectly, so you need to onwards, I will not be faster, but I'll be moderate. My speed will be moderate. See, you know that those who ride two-wheelers, see, you know, in the speedometer, okay, I don't know about digital meters, but old analog speedometers, 10, 20, 30, 40, like that is written. And when you start riding the two-wheeler, that indicator moves, right? And there is some green mark. Can you recall that green mark? Usually between
Yes, sir.
40
Economic.
Yes, sir.
Economic.
between 40 to 50 kilometer speed, green mark is there. So somebody said it is economy, right? So if you ride between 40 to 50 speed, what will happen? It will give, your vehicle will give
Mileage properly, sir.
Mileage, sir. Mileage.
maximum mileage, remember. Okay, if you ride slower than 40, fuel consumption will be more. Your vehicle will give less mileage. And if you ride above 50 or above 60, then also your vehicle will give you less mileage. So the optimum mileage you will get only between 40 to 50. That way, okay, so in the class, online or offline, so I'll maintain a moderate speed. But what I'm maintaining now is very slow. It is a 20 or 30, not more than 30 per hour. I hope you will understand, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you also need to pick up because you need to solve. See, one more thing, let me tell you. So whatever it is, offline class or online class, whether examinations will be held or the government is going to, like your seniors, okay, cancel exams and okay, based on your IA, okay, pass you with some credits. it is immaterial. See, what is the only truth? Remember, whatever it is, whether examinations will be cancelled or held, you have paid the fees. You remember that or not?
Yes, sir. Paid, sir.
You have the paid fees, and the remaining second year fee also you will pay honestly. So also honestly learn whether it is online or offline. Okay, it's not our examination. Okay, for your job, for your career, for knowledge sake, okay, you learn. Remember this. Okay, and online, I won't be able to make whether you are paying attention or not, whether I kept your phone and gone away. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I also always tell my son, okay, see, he studies in front of us, but sometimes we leave him in home. Okay, he locks from inside. Before going, I tell him, what you do in our absence will determine your career or future. Okay, so especially when he will have study. So he has to honestly study even in our absence. So same way it is for you. Okay, so I hope you will understand the seriousness and importance of what I'm talking. Okay. So now one more question from old question paper. So you are given an option to receive 1 lakh rupees at the end of each year for 5 years. So understand, it is an annuity. It is an annuity. You are given an option to receive 1 lakh rupees at the end of each year for 5 years. So at the end of first year, 1 lakh. At the end of second year, 1 lakh. At the end of third year, 1 lakh, like that. Okay. Or another option, to receive a lump sum of 6 lakh rupees after 5 years. Second option is to receive the lump sum of 6 lakh rupees after 5 years. So understand here, both the options are in future. Nothing is in present. Nothing is in present. Both the options are in future. 1 lakh rupee each year for 5 years. Or receive a lump sum of 6 lakh rupees after 5 years. Both the values are in future. Okay, so which option will you prefer if expected rate of return is 10%? Okay, so 6 lakh rupees, any one we have to convert, any one we have to convert. So 6 lakh rupees readily they have given anyway. You will receive after 5 years. 6 lakh rupees you are going to receive after 5 years. So why don't you find out the future value of this annuity? 1 lakh rupees each year